Hey, what's up you guys? Luca here from Hardstyle Kettlebell MTL, and today I'm going to cover crawling. Crawling as a form of movement and also a form of exercise, strengthening. When you think of crawling, you think of children or babies that crawl before they learn how to walk and run. Now, crawling as adults is probably one of the most beneficial exercises or movements that you will ever do, and I'm not kidding when I say this. Why is it so beneficial? There's so many things to crawling. The list goes on and on about the benefits. Just to name a few, you will actually improve brain function from left to right hemisphere. You'll make a cross connection. You'll improve your contralateral pattern, which is basically your gait pattern. You'll engage your vestibular system. You'll be engaging so many things. You'll be aware, and your senses are heightened because of the contact to the ground and your ability to work one limb in opposition of the other one from lower to upper half. So crawling is essential for basically everything, to get stronger, to move better, and it's going to improve your life on so many levels. So let's get to business. Crawling. You're going to start by getting the movement correctly and being able to do it naturally by breathing also. Being able to breathe, not hold your breath. You want to just be breathing diaphragmatically in the belly while you're doing this movement. So you're going to set up on all fours. What's important is that knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. And I'm going to start with the baby crawl, which is just basically dragging. And going backwards. It's fairly easy. What you want to get is that simultaneous movement from lower to opposite upper half. One more time. Then going backwards. That's the baby crawl. Now I'm going to lift as I move. Take steps, basically. You really want to take baby steps with this. You don't want to go fast or take too big of steps. The reason why is that it's going to change your position if you do. Now, when you're doing this, what's important is that you keep your back flat. You keep your back neutral. So to prevent my back or my lower back from twisting and shifting, what I'll do is I'll make it more difficult, and I'm going to put a foam roller on my lower back in the curve of my spine, just to maintain form and to keep the strictness of the motion. So what's good about using this is that it forces you to keep your torso or your core stable. And that's the whole point, really. You'll see a lot of people doing crawling or bear crawl, any type of crawling, very sloppy. Now, you're not going to get as many benefits from that as in paying attention to the detail and being more strict with it. So this is what not to do. If I would use this, it would fall right away. It just did. Okay, so keep your core engaged. Try to prevent the rotation of your hips, of your back, right? So we've been seeing the baby crawl, which is essentially called also the 6-point crawl. 6 points, you got both your hands, both your knees, and your feet on the floor. Now I'm going to show you another version which is much more challenging, called the 4-point crawl, also known as the leopard crawl or other names, other similar names. So from here, I'm going to push my hands into the floor, lift my knees slightly off the floor, not so much. Still keeping my back ultra straight, very strict in the motion. And I'm going to be taking baby steps forward. And then I go back. Now the hard part is keeping the abs tight. You don't have to necessarily contract them so hard, but they kind of voluntarily have to prevent twisting. So you're going to get more benefit out of taking small steps, going slower, and paying attention to the detail. Positioning, the weight on your hands, on your feet, your back position, right? So awareness, where you're looking, and concentrating on lifting one side up, your leg and your hand at the same time, and setting it down at the same time, okay? There's other ways to crawl, but this is the basic idea of it. Start off with this one. You can also do it this way, where you're lengthening, you're getting more length with your legs, there's more of an extension. That's another fantastic way to challenge yourself. So you don't have to add so much variety, but stick with the basic ones, pay attention to detail, get really strong in these movements, and then after that, worry about variety. Okay? Have fun, guys, and crawl on.